aside from knowing what tarot reading is all about and what are the misconceptions and how Marius was able to debunk all of those misconceptions also, what we're going to do right now here at B2B Breakfast to Business is actually to unmask the cards. So, oh my goodness, Marius, I'm super excited. What we're actually going to be doing is to ask Marius to consult her cards and to tell us stories of how we can really end the year with a bang and
Yes.
make the most out of 2020. Again, Marius, I know you and I are super aligned on this one. We're not fast forwarding 2021. In
No.
fact, we do want to really live in the present moment. But hey, it won't hurt if we have some guidance. It
Yes.
won't hurt for us to actually be more empowered with more insights or awareness, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be asking Marius a couple of questions that I think, we've polled this for some of our, readers, listeners, and we've also checked, what are the usual questions that we find on Instagram, the captions or just conversations with your friends. So we have, pulled these questions and we want to ask Maris about it, right? But guys, while this is very, very exciting, I'm excited. I don't even know what to expect. I'm like sweating here, like, oh my God, so excited. We all must again remember what Maris told us earlier. She's not predicting the future, right? She's giving us insight of what we can do and how we can move forward. And hopefully for us, this information will help us soldier on, right? And guys, that we have to keep an open heart, an open mind, and open ears, right? At the end of the day, what we want to do is to be able to see what we can do to make the most out of the last 3 months of the year, and most especially maybe something that can help us grow as individuals, right? So, Marius, are you ready? Are you and your cards ready? I'm sending my to
My
you.
energies, yeah, the energies,
Yes.
yeah. My cards are ready right here. So,
Perfect.
there we go.
Perfect. So, Marius, I'm going to be asking questions. And actually, guys, this is like a pro tip also from Marius earlier that she told me is when we ask questions, we have to be very, how did you say it earlier, Marius? We have to be very distinct and
Yes.
detailed, right, with our
Yeah.
questions. Like, we can't make it too open-ended, correct? Like, it has to be something that we really want to know the answer to. So we're going to keep it simple, but insightful enough for all of us. So,
Yes.
Maris, let's rock and roll. Okay,
Yes,
so
exactly.
our first question is, in our hopes and in our dreams of making the last quarter of 2020 amazing, awesome, and really good, right, for us to soldier on. My question first and foremost is something that I think everybody really holds very important because our livelihoods depend on this one, right?
Yes.
And I'm talking about businesses and the Philippine economy. So I hope it's not vague enough, but I would really love to know how can businesses continue to thrive in the last quarter of 2020?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, first of all, that's a very good question right there. Like I said, it should always be insightful and more of like improving how what we already have right there. But let's see. Okay, with the cards that I have right here, what's gonna be the theme for business and the Philippine economy in the last like 3 months of 2020? So we'll see right here. So I'm just gonna shuffle my cards right here and see what the theme is. Okay. So I have in here the Empress and Creativity first card. Okay. So first of all, what I'm getting with that is we need to kind of not just be creative in what our endeavors are, but also not sacrifice our well-being. Okay, because I'm feeling that that even though we're having all of this creative mindset, we have to look inside of us. Like, are we um, being kind with ourselves? Are we stressing ourselves out with this creativity right here? But we're gonna see something else in there. Okay, so I'm gonna get my other deck here and see what else the energies can tell us. Okay, what is this about creativity right here? Okay. And also, like, I feel there is a need for us to repel some of the toxic actions that we're doing in terms of
Absolutely.
businesses. Okay. And I feel like when we do that, all of these negative traits and negative behaviors, negative mindset, we're gonna have an epiphany on what can we start for all of those that are starting, and therefore flourish. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling right there while I'm shuffling, but we'll see more. Okay, so tell me energies. Okay, so first of all, we have the Hermit card. Okay, this is the end of soul searching. Okay, listening to our wisdom in terms of like maybe we are searching too much, but like I said, what we're searching for is right in front of our eyes. So whatever the businesses are, the Philippine economy is going through, let's not like look way past our wisdom and see that it is also already right in front of us right there. And give me some more in here. Oh, okay. So whatever is happening in our world right now, okay, there's a need to go, okay, but there's also a need to slow down, okay, because I feel like there's roadblocks ahead with the Four of Swords and the Chariot card right here, okay. There's gonna be a little bit of bumps along the road, but we should accept it in terms that this is a divinely kind of guided situation, okay. This is something that we is out of our hands, okay, so this is something that we need to work around. And if it needs for us to kind of slow down in terms of like this, because we know that business and the Philippine economy is like a very like fast paced industry. So if there's a need to slow down, let's slow down. Okay, with the Ace of Cups, like I said, be free flowing. Okay, not just with what your business is, but I feel like also the people around that business. Okay, and I feel like we need to inspire all of those around us, because I feel like some of the businesses or the employees in the businesses with what's happening is they're having a lot of like stressful situations, stressful thoughts. So whatever that is, we need to kind of give them a little bit of leeway, again, a little bit of their time on their own, not be too much greedy in a sense that we are just taking care of ourselves or just seeing ourselves in general and how we can make a business grow. But at the same time, like caring for the employees that we have is what I'm seeing right there. And of course, seeing the potential on what they can do. So there you go. That's what I'm seeing in terms of what businesses and Philippine economy should be like. And a lot of like for me, a lot of first creativity, and where you would get that creativity is having that restful time. So yeah, I know we're fast paced, pero if there's a need for us to rest to recuperate that mindset, we should do that. So there you go.
Love it. I love it. I think that it really does resonate a lot, Maris, because we've all been pushing ourselves to go, go, go and
Mm,
take care of business, take care of the economy, because of course we want to make sure that we thrive and we're able to help also our communities, right? But
yeah.
at the same time, like, we cannot pour from an empty cup, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yes.
we do need to take a pause. We also have to acknowledge that there are people who are grieving and that we're all in this together. So love this. Thank you so much, Maris. And I hope that
You're
this was
welcome.
able
Yeah.
to really help other people too.
Mm,
Now, my next question is about community. Like, everybody has come together. Everybody has
mm.
just come together and helped one another pull through, despite the fact that we need to all be apart, right?
Yes.
Like, what can we do to keep everybody strong, together, and persevering for the rest of 2020?
Okay, so we'll see. Okay.
What are the
First of
cards
all,
telling us?
yeah, let's see. Because I feel like while shuffling the cards, I feel like some of us are still not getting the lesson, okay, of what
Oh,
this pandemic is all about. And I
okay.
feel like the more people don't see it, okay, I feel like there's gonna be no improvement in what's happening to the world or this
True,
environment. Okay, I feel
true.
like we need to take a stand in terms of like we need to have discipline on what we're doing, have control of what we are thinking, because I feel like that how we perceive things is important is what I'm gonna say there. um but more of like how or what else? Okay, because I feel like there's something more in here. So, okay. I have in here the Four of Cups. Okay, so like I said, we're not seeing the lessons just yet. Okay,
Oh,
I feel like
interesting.
the lessons are presented to us. Okay, and for us to have that sense of unification or community is that we need to understand that something in here is being presented to us. Okay, and some of us are resisting it in a way that I'm more focused on these other endeavors that clearly isn't working for us right now,
Okay.
and we're not using our kind of our thinking or intellect in a way that maybe this is something that I need to focus on or we all need to focus on. Okay, because I feel like we are taking this lightly as it is. Okay, as I
Mm,
was seeing it. Okay, because I feel like the wisdom in all of us, we're just thinking that nothing is gonna go well or everything is just stagnant in a way like that. And I feel like I said, we need to push through with the passion in terms of like we really need to persevere and actually stand tall on however this is or whatever this is, or it's just gonna get heavier for all of us, is what I'm seeing.
mm,
Okay, so we'll see. How can we have a sense of okay? Because I have the world card, okay? So this is all about endings and beginnings, okay? As long as we don't understand that this is transitioning us to a better environment or a better world, and like I said, there's resistance in there. This is not gonna what we call this. This is not gonna pass on, or this is not gonna have improvement. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles, like the options are being presented to us. Okay, it's also already being shown, but we need to like take a really pause and see for a second that it's actually right there in front of us and we're not seeing it. Okay, with the Hangman, this is the time for us to really tap into our wisdom, and I feel like those wisdom comes from like us being grounded and silent with the world. Okay, because I feel like as you can see right now, Bea, um instead of being silent, we're just being more of like searching for something to talk about in the world. Yeah. And I feel like this is more of a resting time for us to actually see what's in question. Okay. And like I said, with the Eight of Cups right here, leaving something behind, whether this is something that we have this grasp on, but it's not working for us anymore, or it's not giving us anything. This is for us to change our beliefs, okay, and actually move forward to a better sense of world and sense of community. Okay, and with the Tower card, okay, this is really meant to shake us. And if it's not, if we're not listening to it, it's just gonna shake us even more. Okay, so ayan, this is our time to kind of tap into our inner wisdom with the Six of Cups right here. Have a sense of belongingness, you guys, okay? All of us came together, okay, and some of us apart, and we need to understand that there's a lesson to all of this, okay? So tap into our inner wisdom and kind of see what the world is trying to tell us and actually unite together in terms of how we'll all go through this. So there you go. So that's what I have right there.
Marius, I mean, this just goes back to what you were talking about earlier. Listen, you need to listen. Actually, the building community, we always thought that we always had to be together and we always have to talk. But what you're saying here is actually, this is the time for us to go deep in ourselves to actually be better communities together,
Yes,
right? To be
yes.
able to listen to ourselves and learn the lessons, right, that the world is telling
Mm-hmm.
us so that we can be a better community. I love it. Absolutely love it. Guys, we've got 3 months. 3 months to learn our lesson. Come on, we can do this, guys. All right.
Exactly.
So my next question, Maris, actually is sort of about community. I hope you don't mind me going into our next one. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure a lot of people are like hoping for me to ask the question of paano ang love life ko, 'di ba? But then we cannot predict the future again, like what we talked about. What I'm going to do is to ask you about relationships. And it can be about a loved one, or it can be relationships with your colleagues, with your
Yes,
family, with your
yes.
friends, etc., etc. Like, because of what you said about communities and us having to learn our lessons, how can we nurture our relationships together and apart? I
Yes,
guess is
yeah.
my
That's a very,
question.
that's a very good
Right?
one right there. Okay, so let's
Mm.
see. Okay, so energies. How can we nurture our relationships? Okay, um, Now, I'm seeing right there is we have to kind of get a hold of our own emotions, okay, on
Okay.
where we should put it, that it's going to be more productive than destructive. Because I feel like all of us with the overwhelming feeling, okay, we're ruled by emotions more right now than our rationality, okay, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be balanced, okay. There's a little bit of fire in here in terms of like being irritable, okay, because I'm seeing that very way. Okay, so in terms of that, like maybe there's an irritable sense in there because we're looking at the gray area of life and we shouldn't be. Okay, so either way, let's see in here how can we nurture our relationships further and apart. We'll see, okay? Okay, because I have the hermit in here, okay? So this has introspection. So this is actually shifting your perspective into a
Mm.
much better one, okay? So
Okay.
either when we're, let's say our relationships, we are together for a very long time, of course, any relationship like that will have its tests, okay? So all it's about is shifting your perspective, okay? So what can we do in terms of like, why are we being together at the same time, what can we do to kind of see this relationship, and actually maybe this is a way for us to improve something that we haven't worked on, because like I said, it's a fast-paced life and all of those
Correct.
relationships sometimes are taken for granted, and with all of those that are apart, we see is like how can we see this, how can we further make it strong, okay? So ayan, we'll see it right there. It's all about like actually like planning, okay, because I feel like we're all stuck in the same situation. So all of that we can do right now is plan. Don't be confused is what I'm feeling as well. For all of those in relationships, whatever that is, don't be confused, and actually nurture and care for these relationships that we took for granted, because I feel like
Mm.
this is something that we thought that is just there, and
Mm.
something that is not really meant for us to kind of nurture, because it's just gonna be there all the time, not just other things in our life. But we'll see right here, okay? So this is, I have the hierophant right here, okay? So this is the higher sense or higher purpose, okay? So let's see what is that. Like, this is the higher purpose in life among anything else is the
Mm.
relationships that we have, and we need to know that, okay? And we need to see that this is something that is important, okay? The Ace of Pentacles, this is something that we should cherish, okay? This is something that we have invested on and will continue to invest on in the future, okay? So we know that and we need to nurture that in that way. With the Two of Pentacles, okay, with the Four of Swords, this is meant to balance our life, okay? Because back then, this is something in a way, meron tayong imbalances there because we're
Yeah.
always like working and other things. But these relationships that we have is just staring us in the corner and just waiting. And like I said, sometimes taken for granted.
Correct.
So we need to have focus on that. And like I said, no confusion. Okay, in a way that this is something that we are meant to nurture. And this is what the world is teaching us right now. Okay, we are like all of us have come together with our families, okay, and some of us have been apart, and that is something that we need to realize is what is the importance of those relationships, okay? What are we meant to learn with those relationships, okay? We need to have like the transformative energy, okay, with the high priestess and the death card in here. Okay, not literal death, you guys. Okay, another misconception right there. The death card is not actually literal death, but this is a transformation, okay? In
Mm.
a way that we need to listen to our inner wisdom again with the high priestess right here, okay? That this is the one of the important things in our life, okay? That
Mm.
we are taken for granted. So this is us transforming those relationships, either like I said, nurturing them, making them better, understanding them in a way. Okay, so that's what I have right there, you guys, for
Oh
our
my
relationships.
goodness. No, I love it. I love it because now is the time when you also have to be intuitive about how to take care of your relationships,
Yes.
especially with us being apart. A lot of people have love languages that are touch, about
Mm-hmm.
acts of service, and being able to be there, and it has really pushed us to the limit of how do I transform that
Mm-hmm.
language of love, or that or what I'm used to in terms of nurturing my relationships, if I am unable to be with my family or my friends or that person. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel that this is just such a beautiful insight, Maris, about being able to say, hey, the point here is that you need to know that your relationships are important, set those boundaries, and then just go with it, right? Just make sure
Yes.
that you
Yes.
nurture and transform it the best way that we can. It's not a test, right?
No.
It's life,
Yes.
and we're all in this together, right? So, I love this. I love this. Thank you so much. I hope our listeners are like,
Yes.
writing notes, because again, it's not just about love life. It's about your relationship with your family, with your friends, with
Mm-hmm.
your coworkers, with your community, right? People that have been there, and they're waiting to be noticed, and maybe now's the
Yeah.
time to finally do it, guys.
Exactly.
All
Yeah.
right, awesome. Okay. So Marius, I know you were talking also earlier about caring for oneself, right? And
Mm-hmm.
if we were talking about the sense of community and about relationships, I want to ask about our relationship with ourselves, right? Like, so many people have talked about self-care during the pandemic, but we I think a lot of people have tried everything. What's in the cards,
Yes.
right? How can we do self-care in the midst of uncertainty, for the rest of 2020?
The yes. How do
Yeah.
we do like self care? Okay. So let's see. Be open in terms of like this is really happening to us, because I feel like a lot of us are not, well, in denial in terms of like this is not
Uh,
something big, or like we're just kind of taken aback in a way. Okay. With the Three of Cups, kind of like hope that there's gonna be a celebration in the future. We're gonna all come together again, okay, and see that light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, and with the Eight of Swords, don't kind of imprison ourselves with our thoughts. Okay, because I feel like sometimes akala natin there's an external force that's
mm,
actually like collecting us, but in retrospect, or in reality, it's our own mind, or it's our own thoughts. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm feeling right there. But let's see what else. How can we take care of our mental health at this time? Okay, so with the full right here in the exploration, okay, transform our energies into something that we are meant to do. Okay, see something right here, maybe when you're at home, okay, and you're feeling all of this pressure around the world. Maybe there is something in here that you are meant to do that you're not doing. Why don't you explore it? Okay, why don't we put our energy into something? Maybe it's a new learning, okay, or maybe this is a dream that you've already had in the past and you haven't revisit or haven't done right here. So with the full right there, let's explore ourselves a little bit, okay? Because I feel like sometimes when you ask yourself, what is your dream? Or what are you meant to do? What do you want to do? And sometimes
mm,
we can't answer that question. So I feel like for us to take care of our, to have self care actually, is let's explore ourselves a little bit, okay? And also understand that the situation that we have right now requires patience, because it's making us have a balanced lifestyle, okay? And we're not truly alone, because a lot of us feel alone, and all
yeah.
it takes is to reach out, okay? Reach out to that person, reach out to that individual. And also, kind of not live in the past where we see, like, okay, so I've lost this thing, I've lost this right here, but see the future that we have, and actually see something in here that, oh, I, even though I've lost this, I begin to do this. Okay, with the Two of Cups, okay, right here, it's all about having those partnerships. You don't have to live
Mm,
alone, even if we're in this pandemic. Okay, we just feel like we're alone, okay, in retrospect, but in reality we have a lot of people in our lives. Okay, so this is, like I said, the time to nurture all of those, so you don't have to feel alone. With the Magician right here, very good card. What have you been manifesting that you have been neglecting? Sorry, that you
ooh.
have been neglecting. Okay, all of those manifestations that you feel in the past, is that something that you can do, or there's some things that I still don't have right here on my hands. this is the time for you to all manifest those dreams and actually understand that you have the power and you have the tools that you need. Okay, so shift those energies, like I said, into something more productive right there. And with the three of wands right here, have you planned enough for this action? Okay, because there's this thing that we are thinking of all of the actions that we're gonna have, but at the same time we're put in
Mm.
this situation to think about, okay, have you planned enough for your action? Okay. With the nine of cups, okay, right here, maybe there's a wish fulfillment. Okay. See all of those wish fulfillments that may happen to your life. Okay. Instead of living of all of those kind of opportunities that has passed us by during this pandemic right here. And with the Empress card, okay, and the Four of Cups right here, nurture yourself. Okay, maybe you haven't had a chance to slow down for a while. Okay, so this is a good opportunity for you to accept that. Nurture yourself not just from the inside but from the outside. Okay, maybe you haven't had the chance to look at the stars because of the fast-paced life. Have you picked up a book recently and read alone? Okay, and tune out all of this kind of digital media, whatever it is that we need to do. Okay, this is our time for us to nurture ourselves, explore ourselves, okay, on what we can do right there. And of course, have those negative thoughts out, because negative thoughts never help anyone, okay? So
True.
instead of looking at the past, let's look towards the future and what we can do. So there you go.
I love it. You know, what a gift. What a gift this time is. I think I loved what you said earlier. Now is the time for you to be patient, to take this gift, this time to nurture ourselves inside out. Love it. Love it, Marius. I have one last question. I'm super loving your insights, by the way. I do have one last question.
Sure.
And if you don't mind, it's about Team Asia, because of course,
Yeah.
we are here at B2B Breakfast to Business. And,
Mm.
I really just want to know,
Mm.
how can Team Asia help our nation and our community survive this year through
Mm.
2020?
Okay, so how can Team Asia? Let's see. Okay, wow. With the Ten of Cups, it's all about giving and giving back.
Oh,
It's all about like we have this cup right here and we have this blessings right here. Let's give it out. Is what I'm feeling. With the magician, it's like more of this is a more time for brainstorming. How we
ooh.
can give and how we can give back. Okay, and I feel like you already know what that is. Okay, and you have the tools that you need, which is really really amazing. And with the Nine of Cups, by doing that, this is gonna be not just satisfying for the people that you're gonna help, but satisfying for you all guys too. Okay, and this
Oh,
is gonna be
nice.
something that is gonna be like a wish fulfillment for Team Asia in general. Okay, but let's see one more card in here for the team right here. Let's see, have one card for Team Asia, please. Okay, so I have, wow. I have the Six of Pentacles is generosity. Okay, and like I said, with the feeling that I'm having right there, it's all about giving back. And it's all about like seeing those kinds of kind of things that yes, we have all of these things we need to give back to our community, okay? And there we go. Let me see. We have the other cards right here. How can Team Asia, yes. Oh, more of exploration. Okay. Is there something else that Team Asia hasn't been exploring? Okay. What are
Ooh.
those? Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Not be confused, okay, in terms of like maybe there is some things that we see is we're making a confusion out of it, but it's not. Okay. See something for what it is. Okay. And being compassionate in general is what I'm feeling as well. But let's see. Okay, with the King of Swords, also being assertive, okay, being assertive with the things that we would want to do for the community, okay? More of like, yeah, using our intellect as well on how we can improve the lives of the community that we have. Oh, I have the star card in here, okay? The stars are aligning in terms of, like I said, there is something that you have been manifesting, or all of you guys in Team Asia have been manifesting for quite some time. And I feel like the stars are aligning for you guys to actually jump and do it. And I feel like it's gonna do an impact in terms of the sense of community that we have. Wow. Wow.
I love
I
it.
have well, I have the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So this is gonna offer something big, okay? Something that's gonna be life changing. The Wheel of Fortune, okay, the luck is on your side, okay? So we need to use that luck to our advantage, okay, and steer it into something that it's gonna be more constructive and productive, okay? And like I said, with the moon card, okay, and the four of cups, don't be afraid of the unknown. Okay? Because I feel like
Okay.
your intuition, you guys, is very strong. Okay? So listen to that inner wisdom, okay, and that guidance right there, okay? And don't fear the unknown. And just go right to it. And it's all about generosity, like I said, and exploration. Okay? And one last card right here is that to have the leadership, okay? So a lot of people, okay, or the sense of community will be looking up to you guys when you actually do this, okay? So that's what I'm seeing right there. There you
Oh my goodness.
go.
My heart is full, Marius, because you touched on something that is so embedded in our culture and our values, which is at the end of the day, we give back. That's why nation building is such a big part of our core. It's because we do believe that we can only really grow together.
Yes.
Even if we're apart. And so this is just so
Mm-hmm.
exciting. I mean, like, I would definitely use the insights that you've shared for us to continue fighting, to continue inspiring other people, and just giving everybody a safe and creative space for us to all get through this together. And so
Yes.
I'm like so excited to talk to my team about this, Marius. And all I can say is thank you. Thank you so much for giving your time, your energy, but more importantly, Marius, thank you so much for holding a space for all of us
Mm,
here and allowing
it's my
us
pleasure.
to find what it is that we need to seek for the rest of
Mm-hmm.
2020. Ah,
Yes.
you're so
Yes.
amazing. Thank you so much.
It's my
Um,
pleasure, Bea.
Marius, you've given us so much of your time and effort, and I'm sure a lot of people would love to like connect with you so much more. Where can people find you? I mean, where can they continue the conversation with you? Go ahead.
Yes. So you guys, if you ever like, yes, want to continue the conversation with me, okay, I'm open on Instagram. Okay, just search at the high underscore priestess with three S's at the end, and we'll be happy to accommodate you in there. Okay, and we're doing a lot of lives every Friday, and of course, if you want to have your own general read and love read. Um, there you go. And of course, Bea as well. Yeah, give me your availability because we read tarot together. But
I
there
love
it
it.
is right there.
I will be a Marius apprentice. I love that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Guys, this has just been a fantastic hour-long session with Marius where she just did not give us the energy and information about tarot and how it can help us, right? She was also able to give us insights on what we can do for 2020, for the rest of 2020. Don't cancel 2020 just yet. If there's anything that Marius gave us today, guys, is that this time is so important for us to transform and grow as individuals. This time is a gift. I know it's been hard, guys. I'm not even gonna try and sweeten that butter up. It's not, right? It's been hard and it's been really tragic for a lot of us, but it's also transformational. And based on what Maris just told us, there is a beautiful voice within all of us. You just have to sit back, relax, and dig deep down, right? And listen to that voice because that inner voice, guys, is so wise and so intuitive. I'm sure we're gonna rock 2020 because rock stars do that. In the face of adversity, guys, we pull through and we rock and roll. So my reality bite for this week, guys, is hey, you know what? Nobody holds your future but you, ladies and gentlemen. So baby, just do it. Listen to that inner voice and know that there are guides along the way, just like Maris is right here We're here to help. We don't know what the future has in store for all of us, but what we do know is we can make a difference. So thank you once again, Mayrs. More power to the High Priestess. Thank you so much, and we are sending you all the love and great energy. May you continue inspiring and empowering other people. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Miss Mayrs Guico. She already shared with you her social media channels. Continue that conversation because I learned a lot. I feel empowered. I feel uplifted. And that's what we want to be able to give you is that, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 more months and we've got to do it strong, right? So don't forget to catch our next episode here at B2B Breakfast to Business. We are on our social media channels, so let's talk and discuss what Mayrs just told us. We are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and don't forget our awesome website, www.teamasia.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bailim, your morning girl, signing out for this morning's episode. See you, and let's have a rockin' good week ahead. Bye, guys. Ta-ta for now.